the final word.
Here we go.
Yeah. My boy like, yeah, here we go.
Here we go.
Yep.
Say, it's dope, man. How that here we go just sound like almost like the new war call, you know?
Yep.
Here we go. Yeah, man. How do that not?
Here we go. Here we go.
Let's go. Here we go. Yeah, man. It's the final word. Another one. Another one.
Another one.
Yeah, man. So I'm feeling thankful, man. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
The final word. Yep.
It's a lot to be thankful for. What you thankful for, Law?
Hey, man, it's better to be seen than viewed. So glad you guys could see me.
That's right.
Thankful for that.
Yeah, man.
The final word.
I'm thankful, man, for
The final
just
word.
us seeming to be going in the right direction with the Dallas Cowboys.
Yep.
And we running
going
our
right
own
direction.
race, you know?
Yeah. That's what people fail to realize too, though. You know, we are the master of this right here. We steering the ship.
We steering the ship. This is our race.
The final word.
You know, because I know we gonna talk about the division, the Monday night game with Philly. I know we gonna talk about that. But this is our race. This is what we trying to do to get ready for our own championship. So as we talking about that, obviously with that win, what's your thoughts before we kind of really get started on the show with Philly winning yesterday?
Well, you know, my thoughts on it is basically, before we get things going, Jerry Jones made a very noble thing, which was like probably 20 years, a little too late, but it's better to be late than never, right?
Right.
And he put Jimmy Johnson in the Ring of Honor. So in that game, I was more excited about that opposed to the win, actually. But I would say I would take the dub, and I'm glad that Jimmy Johnson, my favorite coach of all time for the Cowboys, made it. Because I know how much it was going to mean for the other players that played for him.
Yeah, man, that's a very good thought. And we gonna get into that as well. I can't wait to really get into that.
Most certainly, man.
I'm also say I'm thankful because also around this time we hearing some of the sacrifices it took to build to where we are today.
The final word.
Jerry Jones said he was losing $1 million a day.
The final word. Yeah.
The final word.
The final
A
word.
lot of money.
And he bought the Dallas Cowboys from the state out of foreclosure. Boy, people better really appreciate what we are, man.
Yeah.
If you got your beautiful home and you realize that previously it was a foreclosed property, but when you living in it, it has wood floors, granite, marble, the pool is plastered, the wood fence is up, the roof is new, the pipes are redone. Man, this was a foreclosed property.
It's an evil world we live in.
No doubt.
So here we go.
The final word.
I just wanna run it up. Count a check or something. I've been really in the field, let up, I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Count a check or something. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up, count it up. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change. To the sink, got blues inside.
I need them five.
Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play, charge it to the game. I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Revan now. I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with Jay, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf, and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit.
Let's go.
I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Speaking of those things, bro, I was reading something, and they were saying that basically the new the $100 is the adult $10. You know, that's how inflation is right now. So remember back in the day, you see $100, man, you be like, yeah, I'm rich.
Oh,
but
man.
now, you know, now that we grown, that $100 feel like $10, man.
Man,
but what you got?
Nah, man, we was gonna get right into the business, man. We trying to get better. So Coach Marv sent me something on Darius Leonard. Appreciate it, Coach Marv. Obviously, this is an opportunity, you know, for the Dallas Cowboys to get better. So it's just broke. So obviously it's early. But what's your thoughts on this?
What it says right here? Colts are released. Oh yeah. That part of it, I thought he was saying that he signed with someone. Yeah, the Colts now releasing Darius Leonard, Shaq Leonard, for those who know him by his nickname, and he was an undersized linebacker that was drafted in 2000 and I believe 18. He's been one of those guys that we look back on and say, man, we could have had him, and we got one of the guys, Rashaan Evans. They said that, you know, he was one of the guys that we really liked in 2018. Of course, we went with LVE. But when you think of Darius Leonard, what he brings to the table that Rashaan or even my guy LVE didn't bring to the table is that this dude is a playmaker. 7 forced fumbles in 2021 when healthy. He also had 4 INTs. He's a guy that can give you north of 120 tackles a year. So he's a guy that can go hook to flat, and then he's not afraid to come down and field. So that would absolutely spring our defense to another level. Think of Fred Warner. You also can think of Darius Leonard when he's healthy.
Yeah.
Same type of style and caliber of linebacker, although, you know, Fred Warner is now, you know, slightly got the edge there, or mostly got the edge there. But go ahead, bro.
It's so funny though when they listed teams that could be landing spots for him. Dallas is not one.
Yeah.
And you know, obviously, you know, this is from CBS and their own speculative thoughts, but how can Dallas not be on that list? That's surprising to me.
Because of the flow of how we kind of operate. We're not a proactive team. We're more of a retroactive team. We're a team that if all of a sudden, let me knock on wood, if one of our guys do get hurt, you know, down the stretch, then we will pick up the phone then. But we don't look beyond the heel there on certain situations like this. And normally, if the deal don't come out as it relates to us looking like we won or winning, then we probably won't put our toe in the water, because he still had that massive contract, and I believe it's around $7 to $8 million that you will have to pay, or $6 million in the base salary I see right here. Yeah,
Leonard will now go through the waiver process and can be claimed by any team in the league. If a team does claim him, they owe him roughly $6 million in base salary for the rest of the season. Leonard is also under contract through 2026, but carries a lofty cap hit totals and is owed a base salary of $13.6 million in 2024, $14.8 million in 2025, and $19.1 million in 2026. So obviously Dallas is not touching it.
No,
they gonna let him go through those waivers though.
Yeah,
but I don't see why we wouldn't be the ideal landing spot though, you know.
I mean, we can make it work, you know, if he clears waivers, right? Then that money that it will be owed to from the Colts aspect, and the first thing that they would do is sit him down and renegotiate his contract and spread that money out and see what he will be, see what they will be willing to pay for down the stretch for as far as his skill set and what he can bring to the table.
Yeah, this would be a move that could put us over the top, though.
Hello. Yeah.
It can be.
It's not like my guy. It's not like my guy over there in who went to the Ravens. Just last year.
Yeah.
But it is a situation whereas he's 26, 27. How old is he's about 28, right? Darius Leonard.
Let me look it up.
Yeah, he's about 28. So and we talked about linebacker size, and we talk about what a linebacker can do for us. Keep in mind, Marquise Bell is 205. 6'2.5". He's 205. And then with that being said, the other guy that sometimes play linebacker, J-Ron Kearse, he's 215. So yeah, you get somebody in there who's right at 6'2", 6'3", at 230, 232. Now you got just a bigger guy that can go hook the sideline, and he can also give you some linebacker skill sets that, as far as the wealth of knowledge in his brain, that what me and Okoye we was talking about earlier when I jumped on his show is about, you can get somebody with knowledge of the game. And for those who new to this, just write this down. A new broom can sweep the floor good, but that old broom can get those corners, and that's what Darius will be able to bring.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna even cap. I got some homework to do. I'm gonna have to really look him up, look at his film, look at his injury history. Just to be honest, I'm not all the way caught up like I was on him. I was high on him, obviously, coming out. I spoke glowingly of him coming out, but I would have to get caught up. I don't want to rush just because it's a good name. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, just to kick you up to speed, he had a back injury. He had surgery on that, I believe. And the word on the street is that, he's been dealing with lower body strength. Like he don't have his legs as he used to. But Okoye is now pulling up the all 22 film, boss. And he's going to comb through some more tape. I told him, man, hey, you might want to pipe down just a little bit, because he might do all of that research, and he might go to the Steelers, or he might go to the Eagles. He might go to one of those teams, like you said, from CBS.
Yeah, CBS got him listed, the Eagles, Pitt, but Dallas should be in the mix.
They should be. Yeah,
Dallas should be in the mix, especially how linebackers been playing lately.
We razor blade thin at that group.
And we razor blade thin. Like, this is the time to do it. This is absolutely the time to do it. I don't trust us, though, culture-wise.
Right.
Because it's almost like, and I keep saying this, it's almost like every time we get outside free agents, they are treated like bastards versus our draft choices are given chance after chance after chance after chance after chance. So, like Noah, where's Noah? Former first rounder, right? Why haven't, we really seen him get us? We haven't seen him yet get some tick, especially because the noise against Jordan Lewis is growing. Yeah. It's growing. I saw Okoye debate that. I think it was with Big Game James or somebody. I really want Big Game James on the show, because I would want to hear his thoughts on that. Yeah. But I at least want to see Noah. Like, who would be opposed to at least testing Noah in the nickel? So it's like it's such a precedent of our free agents just almost like they don't exist. It's like, it's just what it is.
I'm gonna tell you, Noah must be building that ark, because he's been on the sideline, and that's a lot of pine over there. So maybe he's taking some of that wood and building the ark over there, because Noah, he haven't been activated. Now, the first game that he was here, he did do a scoop and score, and he was able to get us something out of that. But I believe in that 49ers game, when they had to insert him, that was the first target that they attempted to target at, and they scored a touchdown off of that. And we have yet to see Noah since then. So maybe Noah building the ark, bro. That's all I can say. As far as the bastard theory, we 1,000,000% right on that. If they are not homegrown, if they were not originally here, and if they were not a focal point from like the offseason move, like what we seen with Stephon Gilmore, then it's going to be hard for you to get out there to get those reps. Now, the argument that Jordan Lewis, that Jordan Lewis is pretty much in with Okoye is that Jordan Lewis has been playing decent, or he's been solid. And my only thing is, and I was trying to tell everyone, is that we can clearly see that, yeah, he may be playing solid and decent, but he is the weakest link on his team. And as far as the secondary, but for what he's doing, what Okoye did is brought out other factors and other DBs that's playing are worse than him, and he's playing okay. The biggest gripe that I got with Jordan Lewis is this right here. Dan Quinn, sometimes the matchup don't favor him. Mm-hmm. I don't like Jordan Lewis on the tight end. Mm-hmm. I just don't like it. So if they think that even coming up into this game, if I see Logan Thomas out there on the field and I see two underneath, then I'm going to be mad. I'm probably move some furniture, because I just don't like Jordan Lewis on tight ends. And that's why we supposed to have J-Rock. That's why we supposed to have a Wanye or an actual Donovan Wilson. I just don't like the ideal of Jordan Lewis on a bigger target.
Right. And so, and it's one thing when you debating Okoye, you got to be really ready with your facts.
True, because he gonna pull them out.
Yeah, so you also got to be ready with some film, right?
True.
So, but I would say this: when it come down to the debate of Jordan Lewis, I don't think the debate is he bad or good. It's can we do better? To me, that's the question, and that's what I think a lot of people are asking, right?
Yeah.
So, because I have that question. So even if, let's say, we just throw Noah in the trash for now, right? And we just say, hey, he's a bastard. We're not even looking at him.
Right.
It could be possible that we could be better with Israel. It's just possible, playing. And it's multiple ways to do it. It's multiple ways to do it, where Israel could play on the outside, Bland can move into the slot. So now you got a bigger corner on the outside, right? And that makes it hard to throw, especially fade routes, right? And I saw them do that in the Carolina game. Late in the game, they inserted Israel into the corner. That's another way we might be able to improve. Like, who don't want to see that? And then people keep forgetting about Nashawn Wright. Because, see, Nashawn Wright, the last time he played, he did not play bad when he played against the Titans. And they was having a battle for cornerback 3 last year. He played good. You can't pull no trash tape on him. So it's not even just, in my opinion, about is Jordan Lewis bad or good? It's can we do better? What's your thoughts on that?
Well, I'm going to kick it back over to Nashawn. And shout out to Mama Nashawn, right?
Shout out, Mama. Shout out.
Yeah. Salute.
She's good a big people fan too, by the way. She is. And she, if her son ain't playing well, she would let us know, right? Yeah.
She ain't one of them like, hey, you got to talk nice to him. I think that he had a decent camp. He had got hurt at the wrong time, right? Timing is everything. Yeah. And I got some insider stuff. Me and Shango know what happened with Izzy on why, he was pretty much quasi in the doghouse. But I'm not free to give that information out right now, y'all. I'm just saying that's the situation there, and y'all can put the pieces together. So you got two guys that you're banging on the table with, right? One who was hurt during the actual off season and as well as the training camp or what have you, and then you got another that's just some things that happened during that off season. So it's some trust situation that could be going on. So here you go. You got Jordan Lewis, who, dare I say, week 1, week 2, wouldn't have been the starter here, right? He was going to be the backup guy, and Bland was going to be that starting inside nickel guy or slot corner, and you would have had Stephon Gilmore on the outside, and you would have had, of course, Trayvon Diggs on the other side. So now we're taking a guy who was hurt all last year, right? Who comes back in, fought to get back on the roster, what have you, get his good name back. And he's your weakest link, which is the name of Jordan Lewis. So I would say this, he's not playing to the levels where you're going to say, well, it's trash, because collectively our DB room is playing pretty good. We're not allowing receivers to get 100 yards individually, right? We shut down A.J. Brown. To a degree, we slowed down Smitty. To a degree, we shut down Cooper Kupp. And if we look back at this last game, Adam Thielen, yes, he got off on a few plays, but that was already given, right? If you're going to have that matchup of Adam Thielen versus Jordan Lewis.
Yeah, but I'm for the question. I'm all the way for the question. And I feel for, and I'm just being all the way honest, Nashawn Wright, and I feel for Izzy, because to me, they almost kind of going through the McGovern dilemma.
You don't know who they are, basically. You got an ideal of who Izzy is, but you definitely don't know who 25 is, because he never got a chance
to develop,
to just dominate and develop on the outside. You just
McGovern
don't
is now finally getting his chance at Buffalo to develop, because Dallas really never gave him that chance, right? It was people in front of him like Connor Williams, like and to a degree, could we say that's what Jordan Lewis is? Is he kind of like Connor Williams-ish? Where you're not the best starter. You're not the best starter. You're the fourth corner, but you also in the way of development. I'm just keeping it real, man. I'm just keeping it real.
Now they got one of the guys out the building, and his name was Kevin Joseph. Remember,
True.
He was the guy that they slid back inside to play that nickel role or that slot role.
Yeah.
And we was at training camp. We were like, all right, well, it is what it is. He's changing positions. Jordan Lewis' name wasn't brought up a lot because he was recovering. So it's one of those things where it's a situation that the Dallas Cowboys secondary is going to be one of those things where everybody say we okay, even though I do believe that we can be better, but nobody's going to get angry and mad until it happens. And you already know what's going to happen, because you played that role, you played that spot, and your eyes bump all of the stats. Your eyes don't deceive you, bro.
My eyes is telling me exactly what Big Game James said. This is what Big Game James said, and he said my boy Jordan Lewis struggles on crossing routes, and he's right. He is just right. The film says that's what it is. It's what it is. So I want to see him improve on that, or maybe you just lost a step. And we have to be honest, if you have lost a step and the film is showing that crossing pattern is your kryptonite, we're going to see more kryptonite in the future.
Woo! I love that one. But boss, here's what I'm going to raise this question.
Just keeping it real.
I said this to Okoye too, though.
Yeah.
What helped DBs out, bro? The pass rush, right? Yeah. Or what helped the pass rush? The DBs in coverage. On crosser routes, those are plays outside of slants. Those are how many step drops you got to get that crossing route off.
Ooh, you see, that's about a 5. Sometimes that's a 7. Because that takes time to develop.
Time to do that?
Exactly. I get you.
You get what I'm coming at. So,
you got to move the pocket. Sometimes you got to move the pocket.
You got to get out of it.
Yeah.
Go watch that Philly tape and see what happened.
I already know, man.
See, those things don't show up on stat sheets.
That's why I say you can't go against. You cannot go against a Okoye with just stats. He go murder you, bro. Whoever that is, you cannot debate data with Okoye. You better turn on that field, bro, or he go
you better
smoke you, bro.
He was bringing up Denzel Ward and Slay. And he done brought up Patrick Surtain and the relations. Hey, if you're not able to go back and forward with it,
man, he
you been like, yeah, man, his numbers are right there with Patrick Surtain. You know, you gonna say that? So that's my guy Okoye,
right.
but I give him what he's saying though.
That's
my guy right there.
You just
man.
gotta, and shout out to the homie, man, because he gonna stand on what he believe.
Yeah, he gonna stand on it, man. I like it.
And he go back it up. You know what I mean?
He gonna back it up.
He's somebody
with the
that
family.
I always, if he say something different than what I believe, I'm gonna go back and triple check my work. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go triple check. I'm gonna go triple check my work on Jordan Lewis, because I trust the character of Okoye more than anything. You know, I trust somebody that's willing to go against the crowd. So if he going against the crowd on that, I'm gonna go triple check it and make sure I'm not being a part of the hit squad, a mob squad. You know, I want to speak accurately, you know, when I talk about competition.
Right. Because and all in fairness, who is playing? Who is Jordan Lewis playing better than? Not from the other teams, but here. Like if you had a chance, like is he playing better than Curse? Is he playing better than Donovan Wilson, Stephon Gilmore, and Bland?
I would say he the weakest link. He is the weakest link. To answer to all those, to me, all those people playing better than him.
Right. But Okoye said that Lewis is playing better than Gilmore.
I'm gonna go triple check.
I'm gonna go triple check though, bro. Hit him up.
I'm gonna triple check.
But I had to throw him away. Hold on, man. Gilmore is going up against twos and number one wide receivers.
That's true.
My guy going into the slot, so he may go up against the guy that's gonna be working at Walmart 3 weeks from now. You know.
That's true.
I'm not beating up my guy Okoye, because we just got off the live and it's just fresh on me for what he was saying though.
Because everything we say, we'll always say to the homie. Everything.
Yeah. Because I don't want people to make it like, hey, man, Law saying this or Paul saying this about you.
And they will. They will act like we talking at the homie, and we not. I'm over here saying I'm gonna go triple check my work because of the homie, but they would spin it. But anyway.
Right. The OC, baby.
The OC in the building, man. We can hear your tires loud in the mud. What's going on?
Man. What's up, guys? How y'all doing, man? Good win for the Cowboys. You know, I'm just dropping in, so I'm trying to catch up and see.
Oh man. Say, man. Hit him with that. You already know.
Yeah, I already know. Hey, he's still there. Oh, wait a minute. I thought you go.
Yeah, I'm still here.
The Wi-Fi monster.
It said the beanie OC.
The beanie OC, hoodie OC. All right.
I got one.
Now, we was talking about Jordan Lewis, and we was just talking about different ways to improve. And is it a mob hit on Jordan Lewis? We was talking about all of that, basically, you know. Because that's one thing, though, for sure. We all got to be careful about is not to become an angry mob, for real.
Right.
We can't be the angry mob fan base. We got to be a fan base that's, you know, research what we talking about and make sure we, as much as possible, speaking accurate, you know. I want to get, we also talked about Shaquille Leonard too. Just letting you know. Now, I want to bring up something that's to me the hot. Now, before we go to that hot, before we go to the hot. Law, you was talking earlier about Philly.
Right.
And we was talking about with the thumbnail us running our own race, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, we said we was gonna get into this division because Philly that was a big win yesterday. Talk about that in terms of just, you were saying something about quarterback play and.
Yeah. Our quarterback is not privy to play like both of those quarterbacks that we seen last night. He for dog sure can't throw for 150 yards. and 1 interception and still win the game. And they would pick that apart, right? They would not like that. And he can't throw for, I believe, 177, 2 touchdowns and an INT, I believe. What was that what he did, right? Yeah. That was the guy who won the Super Bowl, Patrick Mahomes. And I don't care if it's raining or if it's in a snowstorm, because we grade Dak Prescott differently. I remember him in a monsoon, and people still had those levels of expectations. You remember that, boss?
Oh, yo.
Yeah. It was rain that coming out of the sky looking like milk, and they still wanted Dak Prescott to hit every throw, make every throw, and make every pass, and be accurate to the point or to the degree that we didn't see, you know what I'm saying, that we're not seeing the rain falling out of the sky looking like milk. So these type of games and these type of moments, people still will move the goalposts, because we still control our own destiny, regardless of whether or not, even if the Eagles lost to the Chiefs, that's a AFC, that's out of conference, out of division game, right? So it really don't move the needle. Their 2 losses is against out of conference and out of division. We just got to take care of what we got to do, and keep in mind the teams that we lost to, they haven't played yet. They haven't played the Cards yet. They haven't played the 49ers yet. So we still control everything. And I'm not saying that the 49ers or the Cards are going to beat the Eagles, but we just got to take care of business for our own self.
And I personally like that Philly making it tough.
True.
Because the way that they playing, it gives us something to chase. You know, it gives us a reason not to get the big head. You know, they're running a good race. Now, I'm not hating, but I'm gonna be honest. Philly last year looked like they was better than this Philly team this year. This Philly team kind of got a smell of fool's gold. You know, you know, like even last night, man, Kansas City gave them that game, like for real, and they know it, you know. But I'm glad that we got to chase them, right? And this gives us an opportunity, in my opinion, to where we can run our own race, right? You know, we worried about us looking at what we can fix, and I do like that Philly is ahead of us, because to me that make front office aggressive about self-reflection, you know. Jimmy Johnson in the ring on all kind of stuff. You do all kind of stuff you at first you wouldn't do when you got somebody that's in your way, that's kind of taking your shine. What's your thoughts on that, OC?
Yeah, man, I think that, you know, Philly is a good football team, just to be honest with you. Philly is a good football team. And the reason why I say they're a good football team, because this say whatever you want. You go get the truth today. Listen, they did what they had to do. No. Come on, hit me with another one. Hit me with another one. Look, man.
Wrong.
At the end of the day, listen.
You are fake news.
No, I'm not. Listen.
It's all fake news. It's phony stuff. It didn't happen.
I'm done, bro. Go ahead.
All right. So to my point, as I pontificate this point, right now they are the division leaders.
Yeah.
Right now they've lost 1 game.
Yeah.
And so you got to give respect where respect is due. And I think it is good for the Cowboys, because they play better when they're underdogs.
Yeah. And
regardless of, you know, these receivers from Kansas City just dropping footballs that hit them right in the hands at the end of the game and all that kind of stuff, you know, Kansas City should have run that game. You're right about that. But they did what they had to do to score and to win the game, man. And so I think that the Dallas Cowboys have to learn the toughness and the stick-to-itiveness in tough games by watching the Eagles. And I think that's the component, if I can give any feedback that we can learn from looking at Philadelphia, is that in the tough games versus the good teams, have that toughness and that stick-to-itiveness. And I think that if we can improve upon that, then we will win late in the season some of these big games. That's what I would say.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's still a big win. You know, I was trolling you when I was hitting you with that button, but that's a big win. Regardless if Kansas City gave it to them, they still had to do their part to win it too. So ain't nobody hating on Philly. That is a big win.
let me say this: we've been very stagnant in the third quarter. All this year. 2 games that we did lose were the only time that we didn't lead in the third quarter, right? And that was the Cards game as well as the 49ers game. But we led all this year in the third quarter. And I would say this: the Eagles, when they were down 7-17, something like that, going into the third quarter, that's when they turned it on. They were able to corral and chase and get things back, and they ended up leaving the doggone Chiefs at 17. And the final score is what y'all all know. So when you have those type of moments and you go back and look at player acquisition, you can clearly see that, that helped them by picking up a Kevin Byard, right? He was very crucial on that INT. He was very crucial on another play by batting it down. So when you make those type of movements mid-season, it's to benefit your team. It's being proactive. And I'm not patting the doggone Eagles on their back for that, but it lets you know that this game is a game of inches. And this game is a game of situations. It is. This game is a real tangible thing. Whereas I was talking to someone on Twitter, I said, dog, the Chiefs could have been up 24-7 before the half.
Yeah.
It could have been a clear blowout.
Right.
Because they got back to the red zone in the second half. They could have literally put 30 on those boys. Yeah. But they wetted the bed when they got into the red zone, and the Eagles made the play when it was counted the most by their acquisitions.
Big is in the building. Say, let's go, bro. We got Big in the building, man. Hey, man.
What up, man?
Gotta hit that again.
I love that, but that makes you feel important.
I want to hear his Jimmy Johnson talk, man. I want to hear Jimmy Johnson talk.
Wait.
Yeah, I want to hear all of it, man.
No, we got to rewind, bro. We got to rewind a couple of times.
Rewind.
With the OC and Big Law, we might have to sit back just for a second.
Oh, yeah, I'm good.
We want to get, first of all, y'all thoughts on Darius Leonard as a potential, right? And we want to get your talk, because we heard from Law, you heard from me with Jordan Lewis. We want to hear from you on Jordan Lewis. You went back and forth with him on Twitter. So let's start with Shaquille first, and then we're going to go with Jordan Lewis. What's your thoughts on that, OC? Leonard.
Man, I think anything that can enhance this team should be looked at. That's my general overarching thought. I think that, if you're looking to, beat up a player that's, aging a little bit or that's had a lot of injuries, and you want to just pick on Jordan Lewis, then hey, man, go right ahead. But at the end of the day, the more DBs and capable bodies that you have as you get deep in the season, the better off you're going to be. So I wouldn't write off of Jordan Lewis, and I wouldn't say, oh, yeah, cut him, get rid of him, all that kind of stuff. No, I wouldn't go that far. I would say keep an eye on it, and we've already had a major injury, obviously losing Diggs. And as you get deep in the season, man, and as bodies start to fall and people have injuries and aches and pains, you need as many healthy bodies out there as possible. And, everybody has, games where they're not their best or, et cetera. I think, man, you just ride this thing out. And you keep him, for depth and for the potential of maybe what he could do for you at some point later. So that would be my general thought.
Which one you want, man? You want this?
Yeah, that's what I want.
You want that right here?
That's what I want right there,
How
bro.
many times, man? How many times you want to hear?
Because I'm getting ready to call Okoye, bro. I'm finna call Okoye, man. Fix your sound, Big, damn it.
What's going on, man?
Fix it. Man, we gonna rush you. I'm gonna keep the pressure. Listen, this is what you do when they having sound issues. You put the camera on them to just put pressure on them. That's what you do, bro. Because we gonna stay with this until we hear from you, homeboy. That's what we do.
Hey, play that other siren. I want to hear that other siren you got. I want to hear that other one with the one that make that happen. Yeah.
Say, man. The world want to hear from Big. Fix your mic, Big.
The apocalypse is coming.
Can you hear me?
There it is.
No, yeah,
There it is.
Yeah, there it is.
Hold on. And I want to say something to everybody that been asking about Big. Leave me alone. I called him 3 times before the show. I done did everything to get Big in the show. It's not me. It was him. Everybody, where's Big? Where's Big? Where's Big? He is here.
Mr. Big. They call him Mr. Big. Come on.
All right, man. All right, let's go.
All right, so I heard OC. He was talking about Jordan Lewis. What's my subject? Jordan Lewis?
Man, go with Jordan Lewis,
Okay.
man. Let's go.
Okay, yeah.
Hey,
let me go
did
with
you had
Jordan
an
Lewis.
exchange
Okay.
with him, though? I didn't know that you had an
Talk about the
exchange with him.
exchange, bro. What's up with you fighting?
No,
Well,
tell me everything.
see-
Tell me everything. I want to know everything.
Mr. I don't give a hell.
Oh, well, I'm gonna tell you. So, it was on Twitter, and we've been talking about Jordan. You know what I'm saying, Law? We've been talking about it. I mean, it ain't been nothing disparaging. We just been saying what we see. He's having trouble on crossing routes. They're getting after him in the slot. I mean, we've seen people getting catches on him. Even in that Carolina game, Thielen was giving it to him on that 17-play drive. Thielen was giving it to him a little bit. So I'm like, man, come on, dog. And I think Okoye made a tweet. He made a tweet about Jordan Lewis, like, oh, well, I mean, I don't get the Jordan Lewis hate, woo. And then in the tweet was like, he getting it right now. He getting it right now. And then me and Okoye had exchanged back and forth about Jordan Lewis. And then Okoye said in a tweet, I think he being sarcastic, and he was just like, "Oh, Jay, we gonna have to just start cutting all kind of people they play." And I'm like, "Oh man, don't do that." You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to hear all that. Jordan Lewis been getting it, and let's not act like he ain't. And ain't nobody saying cut the man. Ain't nobody saying just get rid. You ain't gonna do that in midseason. You need to play. Right? So I didn't change from that aspect, but then Jordan jumped in the tweet and was like, hey, I got stuff, I got to get better, but ain't nobody going to be out here saying I'm getting out here cooked. I'm like, you ain't getting cooked, but you getting worked a little bit. And I mean, if he were to judge, me and him to have the exchange, it was them guys talking. But what I was saying was that if he jumped in the tweet and got at me and was like, oh, you don't know what the hell you talking about, I wouldn't have backed down. I wouldn't have been like a lot of people like, oh, my bad, Jordan. I didn't know you saw my tweet. I'm sorry. No, I do that. I'm going to be like, hey, I'm sorry.
God dog, that audio, man.
Man, that Wi-Fi got him a little
You're
bit.
getting worked a little bit. Am I back?
Say it again.
Am I back?
Chop and screw.
Say it one more
Am I
time.
back?
He chopped and screwed.
Am I-
He chopped and screwed.
Jordan Lewis said
I need to go out,
this.
come in.
Great
come on, come back in. I blame Lewis.
I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna go out.
Three in
I'm
the
gonna
morning.
go out and come back in. Back.
Nah, but I respect it, man. And everybody got to understand, all the greats debate. You know what I mean? That's normal. That's healthy. We debate. It's what we do. All of us debate. I've debated OC, Law. Everybody get it. We all get it. It's just sometimes people don't see it the same. But this is the good thing about all of us that I know. We all got the humility that if you do bring something to our attention that's factual, we go change. You know what I mean? So
hey, Luke Schoonmaker caught a touchdown. I was giving him the blues all week, and he caught a touchdown. I feel like they hurt me. I feel like they hurt us, boss. Remember, we was talking about Luke on our show last week, and we were like, hey, man, he probably need to sit down. Then I made a tweet said, you need to put him on ice a little bit. And lo and behold, they went after him and scored a touchdown. Now, I ain't saying they looked at our tweet, and I ain't saying, oh, they said shut up. But boss is right. Our voice matters. We was talking about Luke, and then they got a touchdown. And guess what? He ain't drop it. So, Luke, I think you heard my tweet. I think you heard me say that you some drop, and said I ain't for that.
yeah, because at the end of the day, to be honest, we getting on players or we holding players accountable because we want them to do better. So when Schools caught that touchdown, hey, I was taking rope from you. I'm going to give you a little rope now, but just a little bit. Then you catch another one, I'm going to give you more rope. To me, that's how you got to do it. You know, you present your case based on where you at that moment.
Yeah, man. At the end of the day, man, this team needs depth. And, you know, you need depth in as many places as possible. So regardless of some losses or you got worked or whatever the case might be, listen, Jordan Lewis don't need to go nowhere. At some point, he's going to make a play. At some point, he's going to come up big, and we're going to need him. And the interesting conundrum about being a Dallas Cowboys fan or being on this team is that everything is heavily scrutinized to the point that you over-scrutinize people sometimes, because I watch football a lot, and there are many DBs that have bad games. Many. They get caught 2 touchdowns on, gave up 120 yards receiving, and guess what? They right out there starting the next week. Because it's the nature of the beast, man. It's like you're playing against people that get paid too. You're playing against guys that got families to feed too. So at some point, invariably, you're not gonna have a great game, or you may give up some plays, but you just want to be on the plus side of making more plays than bad plays. And that's what it is with him. And yeah, is he Asian? Is he what he was 3 or 4 years ago? No, he's not. But is he a player that can contribute and help this defense? Yes, he is.
Yes, he is. Yeah. And coach got to coach him up. He can't put him on tight end. And we need to see J. Lou December the 30th, because I believe we play the Detroit Lions. If anybody he goes and he shows up against, it's Detroit. He plays good against Detroit. So I can't wait to see him in that game.
So you said our voice matter, Big.
Yep.
For sure.
Jerry Jones joined us here at 105 through the Fan. All right, the Jimmy Ring of Honor news was huge on Sunday. A lot of Cowboy fans obviously loved that. What changed in recent months that made you decide to do this now?
What changed?
Pressure.
Well, I think that I saw a little of the edge that was there by not putting him in.
He saw the edge. He heard us.
When I put.
He saw the edge.
When we put DeMarcus Ware in, and I thought, well, I didn't intend for this.
You didn't intend for that backlash from the fans.
You intend for all that.
Yeah, you goddamn man.
We jumped.
So that number one, that
did that.
Yep.
Motivated me.
That number
that
one
motivated. He said
me.
that motivated him.
I'm patting myself on the back. Oh, my bad. Y'all see me patting myself on the back. I feel good about that. Go ahead, y'all.
Hey, that feels great. I mean, like Boss said, our voice matters. You know, there's a lot of people who's been putting pressure on him, and there was backlash when DeMarcus Ware went in. We're like, are you serious? It's like, how long? You've been promising. I mean, a lot of people were on Twitter. You promised this. You said you was going to do it at the Hall of Fame game. You a liar. And a lot of people were bringing that heat to him.
Guess what I got right here?
What?
The tweet.
Nice.
Look, we can look at it.
Yeah.
Now do Jimmy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So still no Jimmy. About time you put Jimmy Johnson in there. Then finally somebody say well deserved. Then somebody say congrats. Then well deserved. Love D Ware.
There it is. There it is.
Jimmy.
Yeah.
Been time to tag team Jimmy. Yeah.
Jimmy.
Well deserved, D Ware. Well deserved. Put Jimmy. Yeah.
It took away. It made D Ware's accomplishment less,
no
because so many people was talking about Jimmy.
And I'm showing y'all the tweet. Now, remember, this is from the Dallas Cowboys, so this is what he looking at. Jimmy next. How about Jimmy? Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy Johnson.
God, dog, I never noticed. God, dog.
One day at Jimmy Johnson.
Put the pressure on that man.
Hey, man, listen, man. When the final word get to investigating, we gonna find it. And let me tell you something. Listen, Add
Is it
Jimmy
more
Johnson.
Add
It's
Jimmy
more
as well.
Jimmy. Yeah, yeah.
Oh my
Johnson next.
goodness.
Yeah, put Jimmy Johnson.
Put Jimmy in.
Nobody should be
did
getting
Jimmy
in before Jimmy. Can we get Jimmy Johnson?
Yeah.
We're waiting on Jimmy Johnson. And Jimmy Johnson.
Man, I love our fans, man. Oh, I love this.
Wait.
Don't-
I gotta
love
bring
it.
this together though. I gotta bring this together though.
All right.
I gotta bring this together. This is important. This is the most important thing to learn from this. And this is not a pat on the back. This is just what should we do from this. My boy Henny said, as you always say, your voice matters. If the fans can make him swallow his pride like this, I know we can force their hand on other matters as well.
We already have. Look at our offense. We were always, remember, boss, we talked about it.
Yep.
Dallas has notoriously been a running team. If you look through the history of the Cowboys, Staubach, Dorsett, Aikman, Emmett, Romo, Murray, and to some degree, Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott. They've always had a top-tier running back in that backfield, and they've always been, we're going to run the ball first. Well, guess what, fellas? We ain't no run the first team. Even though we have rushing attempts, we're not a run first team. We're a passing. No. He switched that philosophy mid-season.
He did.
He switched up a lot of things mid-season. Once we were, and that's Jimmy and them, that's Jerry and them, has to sit there and be like, all right, man, go ahead and do what you got to do because I need a chip. And in my opinion, I feel like Jerry's like, because I think you said it too, boss, like, and I think there was a quote in there and they said, well, why are you changing? Or, is it because you trying to get a Super Bowl? He said, man, it's whatever now. That's what Jerry said. He said, it's whatever now. So that's got to tell you, he feels like time is ticking probably on him. Let's keep it real. Time is ticking on him. He don't got forever. He ain't 50 no more. You feel me? And so it's like, bro, I need another championship. And what is one of the ways for us to get a championship? I need to do the right thing and put Jimmy in. All the fans keep bothering me about it, and they're not letting it go. You understand? That's the pressure we kept on him. We were never letting it go. Whoever you ever put in the Ring of Honor each year, there's going to be those same type of tweets. Put Jimmy in, put Jimmy in, put Jimmy in. And now you feel like you see the power that we have because Mike McCarthy switched up. We passing now. You see the run game. You seen Tony Pollard running up that middle. You didn't see that. We were crying. We were going hard about CeeDee Lamb needs to get the damn ball. We're tired of him.
Let
and
Cooks
then right
cook.
after that, he went crazy. We said, okay, you got Brandon Cooks, but you ain't throwing the ball to him the same week.
The same week.
You feel me? And he's on a run right now.
The same week.
You know what I mean?
Right.
We literally social media coaching this thing up there. We the social media coaches, man. We coaching, baby.
It's Cowboys bully. It's Cowboys bully Twitter.
I respect Jerry and them though. I respect Jerry and them for this though. I think this is smart by Jerry and them. Let me tell you what I mean by that. Any smart businesses go listen to their customers because the customers are passionate about the product. The product is the Dallas Cowboys, so we very passionate about the product. We study it, we research it, we do crazy stuff like purchase all 22. We analyze this stuff. So when we really breaking this stuff down, they listen and they say, you know what? The customers are telling the truth. Now, I'm gonna also say this. This is a responsibility to us as fans. Because Big Game James is right. How much proof do we need? We was putting public pressure as a group to get CeeDee Lamb the ball. He got the ball. Took off. We put pressure for Brandon Cooks to get the ball. John Machota said, and I quote, that this week I expect Brandon Cooks to get between 6 and 7 targets because of the public pressure. So then Jerry admitted, and I just showed y'all the tweet from the Cowboys, the pushback that he got from putting DeMarcus Ware in before Jimmy. And he changed. So it's obvious that they care about what we care about, but the responsibility for us, I'm going to say this, we got to be very responsible now. That means when we debating Jordan Lewis, it can't be about who trying to be right. It gotta be who making the most sense right now. You know what I mean? And if you making the most sense, big, right? I'm rocking with you because that's the ideal we need to push up. If Okoye is making more sense, I'm rocking with him because that's the ideal I need to push up. Because when we join our voices and we push up the right ideas, they listen. But that also means we got to be responsible when we debating each other.
You're right.
Facts.
Yeah, man. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, I said this on the post game. You know, when you deal with Jimmy Johnson, you're dealing with a guy that's he's a foundational, cornerstone to what happened with the Dallas Cowboys, and it turning into $1 billion mega enterprise. You know, the most valued sports franchise.
Did you say Jimmy was the cornerstone? Did you say that?
Jimmy Johnson was the foundational cornerstone for what was built with the Cowboys in the mid to late 90s by winning those Super Bowls. And the fact that you don't honor basically your number one original business partner, who didn't own the Cowboys, but Jimmy Johnson was Jerry Jones' business partner in building this organization. Just straight up, that's what he was. And so you got to give honor where honor is due. And I'm just happy to see Jimmy Johnson get in at this point, man. I think that says a lot about the growth and the maturity and hopefully, mended relationship.
I'm finna push back a little bit, man.
Push.
I think the cornerstone is Jerry Jones. I think the cornerstone is Jerry. And I understand why Jerry is upset. I really do. I get it.
Break it down, man. Speak to me, man.
Yeah, I'm finna just be honest, Law. And I might go against the crowd on this one, but I'm okay with that.
You feel me? Are you going to say that he don't get the respect he deserves because they always talk about Jimmy and never Jerry in that building of it?
Yeah.
Can I shame him, y'all?
Because I
hit the shame on him before he get his point out. Can I get a shame, y'all? Let me know if y'all want me to hit shame.
I got something else to say. Go ahead.
Y'all, but see, how you gonna hear the shame? I ain't even make my case.
But let me hear your boss. You did it to me. Shoot it. Go ahead. Deliver it. Because right now, man,
I should be able to make my case because I know I'm going against the crowd. It's easy to shoot at boss right now.
It's easy
because I'm going against the crowd.
You're not really going against the crowd what you're about to say, boss.
Let me say it because I heard something that I don't think a lot of people catching, bro.
Okay.
The cornerstone is the man who built his business to $200 million.
Okay.
Took that, put all those chips into a franchise that was foreclosed by the state. The NFL was not making money at all. He had to, with his personal money, pay for Jimmy. His personal money. When he went to Jimmy, he said, hey, we not gonna sign you no contract under the Dallas Cowboys because that's not even worth the paper it's written on. I'm gonna give you my personal guarantee of your salary. Jerry should not ever again be called a guy that's not a football guy. When you take $200 million invested into a venture that's losing $1 million a day, you are a football guy. Let me say that again. He only had $200 million to his name, and he put it in a venture that was losing $1 million a day. So that means he had less than a year to go raise money, or he would have been out of business in less than a year. So no, the cornerstone of this whole thing is Jerry. You made the right hire with Jimmy. Yes, you did. But it was Jerry who put all his nuts on the line for the Cowboys. And think about it. You got to think about it. Every $1 million that was going out on a daily basis, he was watching money go away from his kids. How many of y'all for football would let $1 million go out your son's mouth for the hope of a business that's failing? That's why he the cornerstone and not Jimmy. I stand on.
And let me give you some more color around that real quick, Law, and I'll be quick. Jimmy Johnson is the foundational cornerstone of the success of where the Boys are. I can't talk. Because he put together the teams, he won the initial Super Bowls, which were the jump-off point to build it into a mega multi-billion-dollar enterprise. Without those teams and without those Super Bowls, you do not have the foundational marketing push that you need to get Pepsi, to get this contract, to get that contract, to convince the city to buy a new stadium, all those things. All that stuff was the work of Jimmy Johnson. Yes, respect to the owner. Respect to the man that put all his money on the line. No disrespect to him at all. No dishonor to him at all. However, the foundational cornerstone of the jump-off point, the turning point, you study John Maxwell. He talks about the big mo. He's a leadership coach.
Yeah, momentum.
He talks about a business having momentum. And the hardest thing to do in any business is to hit momentum. That's the hardest thing to do. So Jimmy Johnson came in and had an inertia effect. He created the momentum and drive for the org to be what it is today. And that's what I'm saying. And that is what has to be honored.
What you're saying is that two things can be true. Because Jerry needed Jimmy and Jimmy needed Jerry.
Right.
But if I myself start up a business and I hire Gordon Ramsay, right, who's a chef, that doesn't mean that, hey, Law can cook. I can't cook. You know what I'm saying? Like a Gordon Ramsay. So that's still, even though I had the intel or the intellect to hire him as my chef, doesn't mean that when he's gone that I can find any chef to do what Gordon Ramsay does, right? So granted, I get with what you saying, Boss Cowboy, but what that spells is also that Jerry Jones is the ultimate mega mind of the marketing arm. Now, as far as the football guy, now when Jimmy Johnson said, well, hey, let me, because I believe I was listening to Dave Wanstead. He was on a show talking about this. He was saying that for the first 4 years or 5 years or such, Jerry was trying to make that money back. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So he was marketing, willing and dealing, shaking hands, rubbing elbows.
Yeah.
While him, Dave Wanstead, and Jimmy Johnson, and some other guys at the name of the tip of my tongue, they were dialing through, looking over line for line, trying to make this thing work with the players that they had. And one thing they didn't have is tangible players on the team. So the whole ideal of trading away to get something came up with Jimmy Johnson. And hence, we still use that draft trade recipe to this day, where they say, well, if I trade you this guy who's a veteran, I should in return get a third or a second round draft pick. That was all created by Jimmy Johnson, which we still use to this day. So I would say, man, two things can be true.
Yeah,
and those boys are the yin and the yang for each other. But the problem was when Jerry Jones said, you know what, I got to get the credit now. I've been making moves too. I did this, I did that, and then he turned into Nebuchadnezzar.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? You say that, but I'm gonna say it's both of them. I'm gonna say it was both.
Me too. I say both.
I'm gonna say both of them had an ego.
Yep.
And both of them couldn't lay their egos aside for the betterment of the organization and the team, and that's why it happened. Because both of those guys' egos got too big, and that's what caused the split. If both of them would have stayed humble in an aspect, we wouldn't have had this. But the egos always get in the way. We talk about even with this show. Why is this so successful? Because we don't have egos on here. We got power people on here. We know Law, you feel me? OC go hard with the breakdowns. Boss Cowboys go hard. Big Game James, we go hard in our own aspects. But this wouldn't be a great team. This wouldn't be a great show if we let our egos get involved and said, you know what? I'm Law Nation. I got 115 subs. You better listen to me when I'm talking on this show. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
We lay our egos down to the side, and that's why we keep on cooking, and that's what they should have did, and that's why we didn't win.
And most people don't say it was both. Most people just blame Jerry for that. I blame Jimmy for it too. Cause see, I saw how Jimmy used to carry on, like how he used to talk to people of authority. You know what I mean?
And he used to diss people. He used to diss Jerry.
Man,
he used to diss Jerry.
And openly too,
all the time.
Yeah, how you
openly
go,
on air and at camera.
I want y'all to really try to put yourself in Jerry's shoes. Think about it. I put my whole life savings into this venture. I paid for your salary out of my own personal savings of that $200 million. And then you turn around and say, I'm not a football guy. When this whole venture was losing $1 million a day. Nah, bro.
But here's the kickback though. What Jimmy was saying is basically Troy had a few bad days in practice. And Jimmy was like, oh, you throw one more interception, you will not start in the next game. And then there was a press conference, and Jimmy said, hey, Troy, it's questionable whether or not he'll be the starter. And then they went and they had the same press conference with Jerry, and Jerry was saying, hey, man, Troy will start, right? So that took some of the power away from Jimmy. And then Jimmy tried to reel the team in, and this is all on documentary, you know. Jimmy tried to reel the team in, and Jerry thinking from the mindset of a marketing arm, and there was this Saudi Arabian print that was bringing in, that they brought in through the locker room, and my guy Jimmy was like, nah, I need to whoop this team ASS because they've been practicing, they've been doing stuff out of the norm, and they haven't been playing up to the level that I want those boys to play in. But guess what Jimmy do? I mean, guess what Jerry do anyway? He bring the Saudi Arabian prince into the locker room anyway, you know? So he made it a mockery a little bit, and that's what really teed Jimmy off. And all of those little small little stories, man. Hey, that Jimmy book, man. I'm about to go read that book.
That's swagger.
They was battling. I mean, let's think about it. That whole time, they was probably battling that whole time. It was probably the stuff that we didn't see. They was probably battling all the time. The arguments, the back and forth. So, you know, it's sad that it hurt. But like I said, in my opinion, hey, we look at it like this. I feel more free talking about the Cowboys now than I did before, because now you don't have to have that pushback behind it. Now you can't sit there and say, well, you know what? If Jerry would just, he did it. If they would just go get can we get some real free agents? They did it. Mm-hmm. Can you put Jimmy in? He did it. Yep. You feel what I'm saying? So I have to look at those things from my perspective and say, you know what? We've been calling for it. We've been calling for it, and we've been calling for it, and we've been calling for Jerry. And especially after that Hall of Fame speech where he said, I'm putting Jimmy in. Really, and I'm just happy he did it, because now I feel like we have a free opening to make a run. And let's look at this NFC, y'all. NFC is for the taking for the next few years. This NFC is not dominant with a lot of teams. Yes, Detroit has made a come up, but when you look at it, it's Detroit, it's Dallas, it's Philly, it's San Francisco, and it could be like that for the next 3 or 4 years. So maybe those guys probably sit there and say, hey, man, we got a window, and if we don't do this now, that window gonna close. So let's make it happen now while we have the opportunity, while we have good players, because we're wasting talent, right? We have talented teams damn near year in and year out. We have a good model on the salary cap. We not in salary cap hell. Now you remove that curse of that Jimmy Johnson. So the Cowboys, I hope, this new generation of Cowboys, I hope they saw that. And this comment right here from Marcus, shout out to you. He says he's got to give up the GM role. Let's just keep it real. That's that guy right there on our final word, Will McClay. He may not be the general manager and all that other stuff, but daggone it, he do all the general manager things. Yeah. And let's keep it real. Jerry is 81. He ain't really doing all that stuff like that no more. It's mostly Steven. It's mostly Will McClay. Jerry is just a voice now. Yeah. In my opinion, he ain't doing all that stuff. He's marketing. He ain't doing all that other stuff he used to do. Who's getting down and dirty now is Steven and Will McClay. And that's what's really going on. We're not hearing about it. So I'm just glad that curse is lifted, but I can't lie to y'all, as I'm still paranoid about Stephen Jones, though.
Me too. Me too.
I'm still paranoid about his ass.
Yeah, just rightfully so. I think he earned it.
I don't trust him.
Yeah, I think he
don't
earned
trust
it,
him.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he didn't want prime time, so yeah.
See, that's what scared me.
He ain't want anybody. He ain't want anybody. He
the
cold-hearted.
prime time story.
Jerry,
that scares the hell out of me, bro.
Hey, boss. Jerry is, to me, he's good-hearted. Like, he does care. Like, he does care about his players. Like, he really does care. Like, he really will go out, and he cares about winning. Like, we might get on Jerry, and we have rightfully so.
Oh,
but we remember.
Yeah. He cared about
winning. He did go. He went out and got Joey Galloway. He went out and got someone, even though they didn't all work out, when we were out there screaming, man, come on, man, get there. The next year, he went out and spent big-time money. So it's not like he ain't never did it. It's Steven who's more like, let's not do all that. Let's do all that. So to me, those two, Jerry is loving and caring, and in my opinion, Steven is cold-hearted, and he don't give a hell. He will get rid of your ass in a heartbeat, whereas Jerry has that sensitivity for you, and he'll be like, let's try to keep him a little more. Hey, I love being a Cowboy.
Big game, James.
Game changer.
Hey, let's have some fun. Let's have a good time, man. Let's kick it.
That boy good. That boy good,
man. Hey, we all worried about Stephen Jones. The best thing, if Stephen Jones do, take over the whole thing, just maybe, he would just assign Will McClay as the GM, as the real official GM, and he would sit back, But yeah, people worry about Stephen Jones, though.
Man.
They are.
Man,
worried.
Hey,
my boy too.
Worried. Hey, the stadium is not gonna have 2-ply toilet tissue anymore. Once Jerry go, they'll have 1-ply toilet tissue, man.
It's gonna be
Stephen Jones, boy. He gonna take care of that money.
Hell. Boy, he taking all the luxuries out. When you downstairs in the football games, ain't gonna be no alcohol. You'll be like, well, I thought this out. No, it's the price done went up.
Water.
Yesterday's price ain't today's price.
You had that old hard liquor, that Takabaka with the red cap.
All right, and then my boy Toot, I think this is a perfect transition to this game coming up on Thanksgiving. He said, bro, we got to get out the how. That man leading the league in passing yards with 3,000 plus. So obviously we're finna talk about them Commanders.
Can I say something about these Commanders first?
Please.
I hate them. I just want to let everybody know that I hate the Commanders. I can't stand Washington. They're one of my most hated teams, top 2. I can't stand them. And I hope the Cowboys, I get it. I get it. You're tired, but you got rid of those Carolina Panthers. You got to rest again. But please don't forget that last game. I know it didn't mean anything, but please play that press conference too. Play that press conference, Mike McCarthy. Please play it for all the team. When Sam Howell was bumping his gums after that game, when he was in the middle, we could have smacked them by more points. We could have destroyed them by more points. This beginning, we gave Sam Howell his career that game. We gave him his career. Whoa, Sam Howell never knew. Nobody knew nothing about Sam Howell like that until he played decent against us.
You want answers?
Job.
Yeah.
Cooking.
Oh yeah. Well, if it's my turn, I would say this: I can't stand the Washington team as well. Not to the degree like Big Game James. He definitely can't stand them.
Yeah, I hate them.
But you're right, and you throw a lot of yards when you are down. So those 3,000 yards, those are opportunities. What I'm looking at, I'm looking for Bland to get him an INT. I'm looking for Gilmore to get him an INT. I'm looking for Dan Quinn to dial up a good plan. Don't you go out there now. I know we've been talking about Jordan Lewis, but I bet not see Jordan Lewis on my third cousin, Logan Thomas. Don't do that. Don't do that now, Dan Quinn. Hey, maybe Curtis Samuel in the flat or something like that, but don't do that. Let's go out here. Let's slap the Washington team around. They do have some suspect holes on their secondary that this should be a game that CeeDee Lamb eat. I heard he was a full participant in practice today. So this should be a game that we get back into rhythm with Brandon Cooks. And let's not make Schoonmaker the go-to focal point. I get it. We want to make sure that everybody know that we know how to draft, but let's get back to Ferguson.
Right.
And I said what I said last game. I said we'll know everything about this team if Gallup start getting more than 2 or 3 targets. Hey,
yep, we will know.
Reel that
we'll
back now.
That's all right.
Yeah,
That's all right,
yeah,
Law.
reel that back.
No, wait, hold on, man. We
will
gotta
jump
get
right
Law
back
his
in there,
for
Law.
that, bro.
Law,
Wait,
yeah, go ahead.
big. I gotta give him his.
God,
You're listening to nothing but the best.
Drop it hard.
Let's go.
Man, boy, that boy cooked.
he ain't lying. Especially that damn Schoolmaker. Feed Jake Ferguson. He's your
Thank
number
you.
one tight end. He is a star in the making. Jake Ferguson is a star in the making. If you continue to feed Jake Ferguson, he will be one of the top tight ends by the end of the year. And going into next year, he will be a top tight end. So please, don't make us get back on Twitter, coaches. Don't make us get back on Twitter, coaches. We're watching you. We're watching what you do. And if we see you do that, we're attacking.
I'm gonna have to go get that one right there,
Yeah, man, that's the one
That's a
right
good
there.
one.
That's the one.
That's the apocalypse.
That's the one.
Apocalypse.
That is. I
That's
think
the
that,
Make the tiny hairs, man, stand up on my
Yes,
back in the neck.
that is the
Make the
apocalypse.
beard hair move.
man, I think that button right there is.
Perfect. That's fire.
Maybe I need
Yes,
to
it
do
is.
Another one.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yep.
All right, OC, man.
Yeah, man. I just think that Sam Howell's going to be underneath a lot of duress. He's going to be very uncomfortable. He's going to be getting up off the ground quite a bit this game. And I just think that, that offensive line and that offense in general is just, it's not enough. And they go bite off a lot more than they can chew versus this defensive pass rush that we got. I think that Dak Prescott is going to go off again. And I think that we really control this game, man. And we win this game pretty easily going away after we get probably halfway past the third quarter, I'd say. I think they'll come out and try to fight because it's Thanksgiving, and those are always at least somewhat good games, at least in the beginning. But I think later in the game, the Cowboys pull away. I think similar to Carolina. Later in the game, man, they'll pull away.
Yeah, man. And so my thoughts is I'm happy to see how the team is going about this. When I look at Michael Parsons and his words, he said, this is a really good team, Parsons said. When you turn on the tape, they've been close to beating the Eagles, fell short just a little bit. It could have went either way. The Giants game, I don't even really count that because of the amount of turnovers, 6 between running backs and the quarterback. So he basically saying without that game was closer. So I just kind of like just them kind of learning from Arizona. It looked like they're not taking any games for granted, So,
right.
A lot of people, they've been hating on us, Law. They've been hating on us, OC and Big. They've been hating. They've been, y'all beat the weak teams. Yeah. Well, what happened to the days y'all used to say we played down our opponents? Now that we whooping opponents, now that we whooping opponents the way that we supposed to whoop opponents, now that ain't good enough. It's like, damn, bro. Like, it's like nothing is good enough,
damn
bro.
If you do, damn if you don't.
Yeah, nothing is good enough.
That's a fact. But, just what you just said, though, if you watch Dallas, like even the last few years, we always have played down to the level of our competition. And that's what Cow fans have been mad at for so long. We will always play these bummy teams, and then we would struggle with them all game, keep them in the game. Wouldn't we, fellas? We keep these bummy teams in the game, keep them in the game, and then the fourth quarter, something crazy weird would happen, and then we would either lose or eke out, and everybody like, see, Dallas. But now we stomping fools, resting starters for games, and now we ain't good. That's not good enough. No, you play bad teams, you're supposed to destroy a bad team. So we're doing definitely what they're supposed to do. We just got to raise our level of the game. Like I said, when we get to the end of our schedule, when you got Dolphins, when you got those guys.
Yeah. And just like the movie came out many moons ago, 12 years of slavery, we had 13 years of purgatory. I believe that was the real reason why we played down to the levels of the competition, because of the Jason Garrett led teams, right? And I'm not trying to use him as the scapegoat, but come on, man, he couldn't fight through a wet paper bag, So now that I'm looking at this team, and I get it. TaylorMade said the 49ers beat sorry teams too, right? And I feel you, and I get it. 49ers were a team that beat us real badly, and then they went on a losing spree. So I love the ideology that it is any given Sunday. And the goalposts always move, because when I went and look back at it, Big Game James, think of it like this, the OC and Boss Cowboy Sports. when we played against the Rams, it was no possibility that they were going to be above 500. They had a rougher and tougher schedule than us and the Eagles. They played the Seattle Seahawks. They end up playing the Cincinnati Bengals. They end up playing the doggone Eagles and the 49ers. So what they record supposed to be when they seen us, you right? And they actually beat the Seattle Seahawks. So sometimes people got to take that record stuff we played down or whoever it is, above 500, below 500. Sometimes it is what it is. We don't get a chance to pick out our schedule. We don't say, okay, well, just only give us the teams that's above 500. No, we play the games that's on the schedule. And right now, I want us to beat down the doggone Washington team.
Right. And Sam Howell leads the league in interceptions.
Right.
Who he do? How many he got?
Yeah. 12.
12. Okay. What we want to see? 14, 15 by the end of Turkey Day. I want y'all to be sure to eat. Just still eat on the front end, though. Still eat on the front end.
Hey, Law. Sam Howell's good for them 3 interception games. So let's go ahead and put them because guess what? This isn't a game we shouldn't look past because it's going to be tough because it's still a rival to me.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, that Seattle game, I'm not saying look ahead. No way. But that Seattle game, and I know they've been losing, but I feel like they really are going to get up us in that game.
Bro.
So I think they're really going to get up for us in this game, and I just that game I'm just circling. I just have a feeling about it, y'all. I don't know why. I just have a feeling about it. I'm circling Seattle, y'all. We got to bring it against them. I'm not looking at the record. It's just something about that Seattle game I'm having a weird feeling about.
I'm circling this game too. Big, I ain't gonna lie.
True story.
Because we played with our food the last time we played these guys.
Yeah.
We treated that game like preseason, and the fans was in a panic going into the playoffs.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and we did treat that game like preseason. So I don't want us to do that again. I want us to go ahead and get to our 10 wins, and then we can start playing with seeding and different things we played with last year. But this game, I'm also concerned about this game coming off a short week. You know, I am just being all the way honest. This is a game that we have the capability to beat the dog snot out of them, but this also, because it's a division game, this is a game that could come down to the end, you know. So yeah, I'm circling this one, bro.
The football,
Seattle, I'm circling both. I'm putting 2 circles on that thing.
We got look. We don't have to leave the state of Texas for the next 3 weeks. This game is at home, and then the next game is Seattle is at the crib, and then the other birds fly in, the Eagles fly in. So we got 3 home games in a row, y'all.
Yeah.
So we take care of business. Like I said, we are in the driver's seat.
We won 12 straight too at home. Yeah, I shouldn't have did that.
Yeah, that's all good. You can say it. I'm not. You said it. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? So you can keep saying, yeah. I'm just knocking. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I think I saw a tweet, and I think it was from my Defi. I think that's the name. If I said it right, it was a great. Yes. I think he made a great tweet to me when he said, "Man, this is the first time we've been killing it at home, and we might have to go on the road in the playoffs. Ain't that something?"
Ain't that something?
Yeah, that's a whole nother discussion too. I'm gonna start bringing up because when we go on the road, man, we got to play them refs, man. We got to get ready for that, man. We got to get ready to play them refs. Oh, see,
I got to do that Baltimore Ravens run. We need to do that Baltimore Ravens run, y'all.
I got a crazy theory, and I'm glad you finna switch it over to the OC. Maybe he can get me on this one. I just think it's not the fact that we on the road. It's the field. I think that we are a turf team. I think that we play faster. I think Parsons get off the edge a little bit faster on turf. I think that our team on defense change of COD is a whole lot better on turf. It's that natural grass. Think about it, the Arizona game. It was on that weird grassy stuff that they got over there in Arizona. The 49ers game, that weird field in Santa Clara. And then, of course, Eagles. Of course, we went toe-to-toe with those boys. But most of our games, when it's inside that doggone stadium, I think that we run faster. Pollard run faster. Even Terrence Steele spring out. The Carolina Panthers, they still had like turf-like field, like when I looked at the game. So I just look at it from that perspective. OC, can you fill me in, man, on why we play just faster and more elusive on turf opposed to the natural grass?
Yeah, man, I don't even think it's a field, man. I think you're more comfortable in your own stadium, and I think you're more rested. You can sleep later. You can come from your house. You don't got to travel, right? All those things turn into factors. Also, the concentration level normally is a little bit better. You just in your own element versus going to somebody else's house. It's kind of like you don't eat all the food when you go to somebody else's house. Well, if you consider it, you don't. You try to like put kind of if you consider it. You try to like kind of be respectful, eat your one plate of food. But at home, you loosen up your belt. You just go ahead and you go for it, man. Smart. I think that when you deal with the elements of playing with another team, here's this other component. I think that you have to be able to effectively stop the run, and you have to be able to effectively run the ball. And I think that crowd noise and momentum plays a big part of that and helps with some of that when you're at home. You don't have those same advantages when you're on the road. That's my take on it.
Okay.
We got some super chats right here, man. I got 2 of them. My boy M said, Ferg is the word. New media. New movement.
Word.
I agree with everything.
Ferg's the word.
And I'm so glad Law said what he said, man. Pull back on school. See, because I didn't want to be the guy that seemed like I'm always beating up on school.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, I'm with me and you, boss. Don't act like you by yourself. I was beating up on him too. I'll jump in there on that beating up.
Okay.
I'm not running from that beating up. She keep on trying to force that second round pick because it's a second round pick. And all I heard when I made that tweet was he can block. You didn't draft a second round tight end to be the greatest blocker in the world. That's not what you did. Not in the second round. You didn't. You could have got second round blockers somewhere else, like a lineman. You feel me? You need him to catch that ball too. He needs to be a versatile player. So that's good that he caught that touchdown. Continue, because you got a lot of drops this year. You got 3 drops to 9 targets already. So that's got to step up a little bit. But you got to push Ferg. Ferg is the man.
Right. Push Ferg. Cause I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I wasn't gonna say it, but now y'all gave me the bonus to say it. All that forcing it to school in the red zone. If you Ferg, how do you not feel some kind of way? I've been saying they need to put him on the Witten plan. Witten did not share nothing in the red zone. Tight end 1 is tight end 1. Stop playing. I'm glad Ferguson caught the ball. I caught it. I'm just come on, man. Let Ferg cook. I so much agree.
Yeah, man. Look, just real talk on this. Here's something that we hadn't really said. I mean, what is Schoolmaker, man? Schoolmaker.
What?
See?
That was crazy. But you got to
hit see. That was listening. He
that was crazy.
They sent their spies.
No, I said, look, man. Schoolmaker reminds you of like a veteran beat up tight end. One of those dudes is trying to stay around the league, but he kind of beat up. He a little tired, and he's a rookie. That's what he reminds me of, man. So just no offense, man. The dude shouldn't have been drafted by the Cowboys in the second round. I've said this once. I've said it twice. I've said it 3 times. I've said it multiple times, man. Feed Jake Ferguson. You drafted him, man, to replace Schultz, the guy who's not playing for you anymore. And he can do the job. So give that man the football and stop joking around, man. Law, thank you for bringing all this out. I really appreciate it. Because I was also kind of like Boss Cowboy. I was kind of like, I always seem like I'm getting on the man. I don't want to say that, man. That kind of stuff.
Yeah, Law,
man, stop all that. Man,
I'm keeping it real,
OC.
I'm keeping it real.
All that, OC.
It's true.
It's okay. I know. I'm being honest too. Stop all that. Go ahead and keep on saying it, because guess what? The more we say it, Jake Ferguson gonna get them red zone touches. And Jake Ferguson, if you listen to me, number one, I wanted you in the draft, but I just want to tell you this: you need to act like Whitney and go to that front office and say, "I don't know why you're getting other tight ends. I'm the man."
Hold on.
Yep,
Hold on. Wait.
Stop being nice, Jake.
Perfect.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Well, I got 2 super chats. I'm gonna hurry up and read them right quick. My guy says, Dirty Sanchez says, Law, how
Dirty
do?
Sanchez.
Yeah, he the man. How the hell do I join to see. I can't see that join button. So he's trying to join the membership. Maybe Dirty Sanchez, I'm gonna figure out a way that I can send you the link so you can join the membership squad. But it's normally on our videos that it says the join button. So click on a video that I uploaded, and then you'll see that join button. I got Canned Art with the $10 super chat. He says Jones is the Rock. Jerry and Jimmy were teammates on the offensive line at Arkansas. Jerry was the captain and Barry Switzer was the coach. Jones took the risk, but at the end, they are all friends. Yes, you know,
great super chat. Great super chat. That's a perfect super chat to end it, bro. That was perfect, man. Perfect balance to. I think that's a perfect way to distribute the credit. Whoever that super chat was, that was a
good follow.
Superstar super chat. That was fantastic balance. So then, I got to that one. Then James sent a super chat early. He say, "I'm gonna be at the game Thursday. Y'all go be there."
I wish. Trying to be out there for that Philly game though. That's what I'm definitely trying to get out there for.
I'll be at the
Philly game. So that's the mark, because I mean, honestly, fellas, I mean, I caught the back end when y'all were talking about the Eagles. I caught the back end of that when I came in, and I just want to give my 2 cents on it with the Eagles. I hear y'all was apologizing like, hey, I ain't trying to say look, we ain't got to apologize no more, man. The damn Eagles are good. They're 9-1, man. We don't have to apologize about that, okay? It doesn't mean you like the team. They're good. They're finding ways to win. So that game is going to be ginormous. You get what I'm saying? That game is going to be huge. And it's a must-win game. It's a must-win game because I don't know about y'all, but I don't know if they were to win that game, I wonder if it would mess with our psyche or our confidence or get in our head like the San Francisco 49ers. That's why we need to whoop that monkey Taz when they come down here in a few weeks. We need to beat them. So, they're finding ways to win. I was pissed off yesterday. Them damn Chiefs, but they're finding ways to win, and it's not pretty, but guess what? It's effective. And you got to be able to I'm trying to figure out the word for this. You got to be able to I mean, we're going to have to bring it. I don't know any other thing, but we're going to have to bring it because I mean, they're playing good football right now.
Big James. They beat the Chiefs, right? And at the end of the game, we're hearing Dallas sucks. Dallas suck. Like,
hey, it's always hey. Come on now, Law. You know that ain't weird. They've been like that with us forever, dog. They hate us. They want to say, like Joe Casual keeps on telling me, we the bar now. You're not the bar, because if you were the bar, you wouldn't keep Dallas in your mouth. If you're the bar, you don't mention other teams. If you're the bar, you don't talk about nobody else. So you're not the bar. We still are the bar because you always try to measure yourselves up to us. Dallas never tries to measure themselves up to the Eagles, no matter what you say.
Yeah, you're right, man. You're right. That's like Jay-Z saying, yeah, Kodak Black. Yes, indeed. Nah, Jay-Z just sits on his throne, you know.
You feel me? Because think about it. Man. If they were so confident when they drafted Devontae Smith, fellas, they would have kept on rolling with that, right? But they was like, nah, that ain't enough to beat these Cowboys. We got to go get A.J. Brown. And don't tell me how y'all weren't sitting there having that talk. You was talking about them damn Cowboys and how we have to top them. You weren't talking about the Giants, how you got to top them. You weren't talking about the Washington Commanders, how you need to top them. You was talking about the Dallas Cowboys, how do we beat them and keep them out the way. So stop the lies.
Oh, man. So, final words. I'm just going to be all the way honest. I got a new appreciation for Jerry. I do. I'm just being honest. Like, that did something to me. Maybe because of what I've been through. I've been a guy as an entrepreneur that saved a lot of money and then put it on a business. And I'm talking about, it took me a long time to save up a lot of money. And I put it all on a venture. And I know the courage that it takes to do that. And the venture that I bet on was a great one, right? A good business. He put that on a foreclosed Dallas Cowboys. That just did something to me, man. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's like, damn, boy, you love football, man. And I've been thinking about it, man. I'm just keeping it real, man. I was like, and I was just thinking about me when I was investing into my business, right? And every dollar that you putting on your business, you was taking away from Steven. Think about that. Every million that you was losing a day was going out of Steven Jones, your baby boy's mouth. Every million that you lost every day was going out of Charlotte's mouth. Think about that. You and then people saying I'm not a football guy. Now, is he on the level of Jimmy Johnson? No. In terms of leading men, experience as a head coach, personnel person, strategist, motivator, charisma. How about them? Well, they both got charismas.
Right.
But it made me kind of understand his frustration a little bit. Just a little bit. Like, I wouldn't want to hear my name brought up as I'm just a businessman when I love this game. I played this game. I won national championships. I put my life savings into this game. I got a new respect. I'm just being honest, man. It's, you know, so when he finally leave this earth, I see him different than I saw him before. That's my final word.
Yeah, man, I think that at the end of the day, man, it's a great thing that happened with this Ring of Honor. I feel like that, hey, you're planting apple seeds and you go get apple seeds versus planting orange seeds and hoping to get an apple tree. So, you know, rights have been wrong with this. The Dallas Cowboys have a chance to really catch fire here. And I hope that we come out here, and I believe we should, take care of business versus these Commanders and get ready for these next 2 big weeks and get ready to beat up on these Eagles, because that's what everybody's looking for. That's the game. And if we get past these Eagles, I'm telling you, we're going to be in the driver's seat to make a super deep run in the playoffs. That's how important this game is.
Right.
The Cowboys come out here and lay a goose egg versus the Eagles. Man, my tune is going to be different. So I'm telling you, man. So, hey, man, you guys lock in, man, and keep it locked in with us, man. That's my final word.
Yeah, my final word is this. I don't want to look ahead, but I keep on mentioning this because we might have to go on the road. We might have to be road warriors in the playoffs, but I keep on mentioning them Baltimore Ravens, man. I keep on mentioning them Baltimore Ravens. Remember that magical run they went on when Ray Lewis got his second Super Bowl? And some guy named Joe Flacco, who they always was talking trash about, right? Joe Flacco, he good, but he ain't great. Joe Flacco, he ain't all this and he ain't all that. Joe Flacco went on that crazy run. Them Ravens went on that crazy run, going on the road. Joe Flacco had 11 touchdowns, no interceptions, would end up being the Super Bowl MVP, tore it down. So I'm keep on speaking. We're going to need to do that Baltimore Ravens run, just that Baltimore Ravens run. Let's go on that run. And then I want to see Dak Prescott going a Joe Flacco run, just a Joe Flacco run, just come in them playoffs and just eat on these fools. Because Dak, like I said, is playing some ball that I ain't never seen. So go ahead, Dak. Listen to this. I know y'all be ghost watching, so listen to this one. Go on that run. Go on that run. And my last thought, thank you, Jerry. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you, Jerry.
Thank you.
I feel free when I watch my Cowboys now. I feel free when I watch my Cowboys now. I feel free when I watch my Cowboys now. That's my final.
Bruh. That was good.
Hey, free indeed, man, and not having a guilty conscience, man, because in good faith, we love this team. We don't like this team, and we want what's best for this team, and just removing that that whole negative aura off of this team. Now that you can complete this thing with Jimmy Johnson in the Ring of Honor is everything. So kudos and credence to Jerry Jones for putting that man in the Ring of Honor. He could have went to his grave, right?
Yeah, he could have.
Nobody had to. Nobody really could force him into it, but the consciousness, man, the telltale hearts of things, man. And yes, Dak Prescott continue to excel, continue to do your thing, and play smart, conscious football. Defense, if we can go on that run like Big Game James is saying, then let's do it. Let's just stop talking about who we play, who we didn't play. We got to just TCB, take care of business. And you already know that, Boss Cowboy Sports, Big Game James, and the OC. TCB, just make sure that you secure what you got to do. One of the greatest things when we get on an airplane, that steward, that lady that's in the air, she tell everybody, hey, be sure to secure your own mask first before you help someone else out. So the Cowboys, if they just secure their own pathway, then everything will work its way out. We need home field advantage throughout the playoff. We are a different type of team, and the momentum that we can start is even on this particular Thursday. You take those 3 home games in a row, we can roll this thing with momentum like a Philly blunt. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Snoop Dogg and put it away. But, man, we want to make it so hot that even Snoop pick it back up and smoke again. So let's go, Cowboy Nation. That's my final word. Let's get it.
3, 2, 1, drop it. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go.
I had to combine that, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, hey man! Every time you play that, I feel like I need to go get my guns and stuff and get ready for the purge.
You feel me, man? Say we had to combine them noises, man.
They can come closer than close.
Man, that boy be on it.
Yeah. Original, they never will be.
That boy said never will be.
Original.
Yes, indeed.
Nobody does it better than me.
Let's go, man.
One more time, Lord. You got to hit that one more time, bro. Just one
I got you, man. I got you right here, man. You know what I'm saying?
Better than me.
Come on.
Does it better. They can come closer than close. Yeah.
It's an evil world we live in.
Original, they never will be.
Go ahead, DJ.
Let's go.
Sacrifice.
Let's get it, man.
DJ Law. DJ Law.
Let's go.
DJ Law.
Here we go.
Let's go. Here we go. Here we go.
Maybe I just wanna run it up. Kinda check or something. I've been really in the field, let up. Yeah. I've been really in the field, lot of rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Half a ticket to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah. Kinda check the song. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up. Yeah, count it up. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change. To the safe, got blues inside. Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play, charge it to the game. I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Revan now. I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with J, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit. I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up.